Okay, my hair is really frizzy because I let it dry out as I was preparing. But this video, oh my gosh, this video is basically gonna be me before next week. Literally in 1 week I turn a little older, and I'm basically gonna be sharing, trying to get used to looking in here. But before I turn a little older, I wanted to do 25 things that I learned at 25, because I'm still 25. I'm still 25. Still 25. So my hair's a little frizzy. I'm gonna start off with getting some coconut oil, and that's by this brand because I can never learn how to say it. And then I'm gonna take the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. I'm almost done with this one, and because this one is pretty thick, I like to put the coconut oil because it's a little too oily. Picked Bible. Getting it all in there. I actually sleep with a bonnet now. So I've been doing like silk pillowcases, and yeah, that kind of helped for a bit. I've been doing microfiber towels. That helped a little también, but I feel like I really saw the progress in my hair health when I started using a bonnet. So get a bonnet. Okay, I'm gonna clip my hair, and we're doing kind of like some cute Hello Kitty skincare. It's the vibes. So she's here with me, bestie, of course. Oh, before that though, eye drops, because we've been struggling. And there goes my chair. Okay.
Yes, the chair.
My busted Hello Kitty mirror. Okay, we're gonna put my little headband on. Look how cute. And that's so cute how it shimmers. This, I get so scared of using this one. I don't want to stain it with like hair oil. Okay, I'm gonna show you off my fit real quick. I have biker shorts under here, and then my top, and this is the back. I thrifted this robe. I've worn it a couple times. And then, oh, I got my Hello Kitty headband. Okay, I told you it's Hello Kitty things. I'm gonna take my prescription water, the cream Hello Kitty strawberry milk toner. I talked about this, I think, before. If not, I had it in my TikTok video when I did cute skincare. And it's a toner, so I use it to hydrate, but I also use this when I do my makeup. We're gonna go ahead and get started then. You'll kind of see me do my skincare as I see the stuff. I'm basically gonna be reading them from my little document that I got ready. I wanted to get on with the 25 things I learned at 25. And I'm not saying that you need to do this. I'm not saying that if you didn't learn this by 25, like, you're done, don't talk to me. I'm just saying that that's something that I learned, and maybe one of these will help you be aware of it, will help you be reassured, will help you come to terms. And if not, then just be nosy and listen to what I learned. So number 1, starve the ego, feed the soul. Do what you love because you want to do it, not because it'll make you look this way, not because, oh, so and so will like it, because this will make them perceive me this way. Whatever it is to you that feeds your ego, don't do that. Do it because your soul desires it and wants it. That as like a tattoo. I don't think I'm gonna get it as a tattoo. It was something that spoke to me, and every time I pass it on my little Pinterest, my little mood board, I'm always like, we should be doing that. we should be starving our egos, and we should be feeding ourselves things that are for the soul. Number 2, lessons are not always fun. Life lessons are not always fun. I literally wrote that in one of my journals when I was like, I think either turning 19 or 20, because I was looking back at my journals, and I wrote, I'm ready for this year, I'm ready for the beginning, I think, of my 20s, and I'm ready for all the fun lessons. Fun? I said fun. So, number 2, lessons are not always fun. And I wrote down, we shouldn't focus and linger on the past, but remember the lesson. That's something I recently put onto my mood board, and I needed that because I will experience things and then be like, in the future, whoa, this is looking too familiar, like, no. And I'm like, we can remember the lesson. Forget the past. Remember what you learned from that, but don't be like, oh my god, when this happened, oh my god, when they did this, oh my god, the past. Remember the lesson, forget the past, because lessons are not always fun. But they're gonna teach us things. They're gonna help us better ourselves, but they're not always fun. Number 3, release your old self. From your old self, from bad habits, from bad people, or unhealed people, situations, and experiences, like forgetting the past but not the lesson, but also yourself. Like, if you feed your ego and you shape yourself into a specific like version of yourself, you're gonna keep thinking that you're that person, and you're not. We're gonna continue to evolve and develop. So like, release yourself from the old you. Release myself from the version of me I created just to survive. I'm gonna get to it in a little bit. A lot of the things that I would kind of do was because of experiences that I had as a child, as a youth. I don't want to say teenager, just as a younger version of myself, as a woman. And I don't have to carry that energy into new places. Old keys won't open new doors, but I can acknowledge they did me a service. I don't need to hold on to that. Number 4, everything happens for one reason or another. Keep moving forward. Sometimes we're tied to people or memories, and we should not get sad, but be happy we experienced it. Old me would be looking at myself right now like, I'm not appreciating I experienced. No, like, old me would really be looking at myself like, girl, shut up. Always linger on like the, don't be wasting my time, don't be doing me like this, like blah 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 blah. Work, friendships, relationships, putting my energy into anything like I didn't get anything from this long term or whatever, and that just doesn't do anybody any justice, especially not me, that's gonna keep focusing on it. Everything happens for a reason or another, whether that's for good, whether that's for bad, to eventually be good, to heal, to grief, to mourn. The world's gonna keep spinning. Go on about your day. Things happen for a reason. Number 5, listen to your body. If your body's, especially like gut and intuition, but if your body hurts, it hurts for a reason. If you feel so drained, it's for a reason. I was so used to my body and what it does that I really put off for a while going to the doctor. And one time I really had like a sharp ass pain in what I now know is my like ovaries in section, and it was so sharp that I considered going to the doctor this much. but at that time I didn't have healthcare, and I literally ignored it because the pain went away the next day and it didn't come back. That's literally what I did. I was just like, don't do that. Do not do that. There could be way more severe reasons, unfortunately. For a lot of factors, people don't like going to the doctor. It's not something we're used to. Do not put that off. Your life literally could be at risk. Even though I went to the doctor and was like, I most likely have this, I know they're gonna tell me I have this, blah blah blah. When they confirm it, I was still like, and yeah, I cried about it, and yeah, it was hard, but like, if I would have gone sooner, I probably would have felt better, and it would have helped my mental health. It would have helped with my emotions because of my hormones. It would have helped with how I felt about my body. It would have helped me be nicer to my body. But that was my consequence for not caring about my body. So listen to your body. Personally, experienced, I feel like I was like the most down bad a couple years ago, and it was because of my PCOS peak. Like, every symptom check mark, and I waited years before I went to the doctor. Don't do that. 6, that me and only me, I'm all like God, me against the world mindset hurts nobody except myself. When I'm down, it pushes me deeper. That's not what I wanted in the first place, but that's exactly what I do to my emotions and my brain. You continue to like nest yourself in that mindset, especially to anyone that's watching this that's like younger, that you maybe finally got out of an environment that wasn't benefiting you. You've had to leave people behind. Like, that's good. Like what we said before, remember the lesson, forget the past, but don't feed into that toxic mindset. In my journal from a couple years ago, after I was done ranting of like, tears don't get you anywhere, at the time, that's what I was thinking was helping me like gather myself up together and like wipe my tears and like whatever. No, that was just me gaslighting myself into saying like, whatever you're crying about is not that deep. It clearly was, and it didn't get me anywhere because that was just me bottling up things. Number 7, bottling up my emotions and not allowing myself to hear myself out makes me feel shittier. I would be in that, all I have is myself, I don't need or got nobody, I'm a bottle up, crying gets you nowhere, until eventually when you get hit, that shit makes you feel even deeper, and that feeling is gonna make you explode, and all that you were bottling in is gonna make you feel even worse than you already were. I would not recommend. Number 8, make sure that the walls you build to protect yourself do not become a prison. Because every time I would try and knock myself out of the negative, positive mindset, I would be like, well this. What you did in the past, you had to do it to survive. You survived, now you're here, and now you're just gonna cave yourself into this. You're gonna cave yourself into this box that you don't want to let anybody like in. Not everyone outside of this box is out to get you. Not everyone outside of this box is there to treat you like you were treated in the past. And you're not gonna know that as long as you stay in this box. Maybe the same box that you were treated in. Is that making sense? The same little square box is what's keeping you from thinking that. My food just got here, so
No, Taylor never followed me. She like noticed me on
I'm
there, but
eating
she
real
never followed
quick.
me.
I'm watching
Wow.
something.
She like interact.
Number 9. Everyone has a different purpose and timeline. People can have same purposes, different timeline. I've learned that I should not put myself down. I'm not where I should be, more like where I want to be. God knows my plan. Why should I stress out about it when I have my health, I have my body, I have my mind, I have my heart, I have my soul? I should be happy. You're gonna be in a different season than someone else. They're gonna be in a different season from you. You're gonna like both be in different seasons from that third person. Don't focus so much on what you haven't accomplished yet. Focus on the fact that you have the ability and possibility to aim for that. I thought that I was gonna, like, I've always wanted to be a mom. I still want to be a mom, and I swore at 17 that like, oh yeah, by like 22 I'm gonna be like married and have like at least a kid or two. So where do you think I was in my mind when I'm going through a breakup at 21, realizing, oh my god, my life is over. Like, how am I supposed to find someone and have kids and get married in 3 years? Because I had told myself, oh, okay, well, I didn't get it by like 22 or 21 or 23, but like by 25, like by 25, I need to be married and have 2 kids and like a house. Duh. Where it at? Where it at? Where it at? Because it's not here. By the time I was turning like 24, I think a little past turning 24, and definitely when the frontal lobe developed, I realized that like I didn't really care as much. I still want to be a mom, but I wasn't like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like I'm gonna turn 25, like countdown, like oh my gosh. Guess what? I'm 25. I'm about to be 26, and I don't have kids, and I'm not married, and I don't have a house, but I still have faith that that's something that's gonna happen for me. I, for some reason, was like, it wasn't my season to be a mom a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. There's some people that were meant to be teen moms. There were people that were meant to be like 20 and a mom, be a mom of 2 at 22, have 1 kid or no kids at my same age, be married at my same age, be going through divorce at my same age. Like, everyone's purpose, timeline, and seasons are different. So like, I can either accept that, or I can keep crying about the fact that, well, so and so already, well, so like, and mind you, I wasn't thinking that since forever. It was very recent that I was like crying about the fact that I'm gonna be 25 and I don't have these accomplishments that I've wanted for so long. So just acknowledge your season's different from their season, and that's okay. You need to feel at peace more than you need to feel in control. Number 10, sometimes God's no is not rejection, it's a redirection. Or sometimes it's not a no, it's a not yet. Calm down. I made my mood board in November in 2023 for this year, 2024, and that was something that I was like coming to terms with. Like, I was talking about the whole mom kid situation. I kept just telling me like, dude, chill, but that's what I had to tell myself. Just because I don't have something right now doesn't mean that God's being like, nope, not for you, none for daddy. Like, it was just more like, not right now. Okay, just, it's not a no, it's just a not right now. If you find yourself like getting sad or bummed out or FOMO, think about that, and I think even that will help you try and stay a little positive. Number 11, I've learned that when I'm stressed or sad or drained or whatever feeling I'm going through, estoy agitada, I should give thanks for everything I have and everything that I've once prayed for. The point where I was like praying for something, and now I find myself being sad while I'm living that same blessing, because sometimes I forget about that. That's what humbles me very quick, to be like, dude, don't forget about what you're currently living through that you once wanted so bad. So I kind of have to just remind myself that. It's me with my faith as well. So that's just something I can suggest if you're ever kind of like, why me, like, why am I going through this, like, God, why, etc. It's just because, like, I saw a TikTok that some girl was like, oh, my mom would always tell me, like, why not you? And, like, I forgot the whole thing that she said, but it's like, when good things happen to you, you don't ask yourself, like, oh, why me? So don't ask yourself that when bad things or unfortunate things happen to you. Like, it's the way of life, basically. God's always gonna be with me and protect me, so I need to calm down. Number 12. If someone is removed, or I remove myself from someone or something, there's no need for hate or anger. I'm looking at my old self, because she loves to get angry. Life moves forward, and for a reason. Like we mentioned in the beginning, everything happens for a reason. Why should I stay focused on the negative, especially if life is so good compared to that time? Basically, I've learned that I shouldn't just focus on this specific situation. I need to let it out. If I don't feel like talking to anyone, I'm gonna journal, I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna vent to someone else that I feel comfortable with, and that's it. Subject or person comes up, being focused on that anger. Why am I gonna do that? I realized that I haven't even been doing my skincare. Got too busy talking. I'm gonna do my little star face nose strips lift off. I've shown these on TikTok before. Really cute. I was baking a cake yesterday. Well, I was making a tres leches cake, and then today I did like the frosting and the icing, I should say, and like the leche, obviously. This is exactly what it smells like, because it was a strawberry cake, and like with the milk, because it's strawberry milk. It's opened, and this is what it looks like. Cake like that. Like, it has a little split here. I feel like I did it too high up. Number 13, love yourself first. And I know, I feel like sometimes there's a lot of like toxic positivity on like throwing a freaking blanket on whatever the issue is and being like, you're sad, just be happy. Like, it's not that easy. I can't just love myself, but I think it's enough to say that we should try to love ourselves. If I can't love myself, how can I expect someone else to do it? Everyone should think so highly of me, everyone should appreciate me, everyone should treat me right, but I'm my number one biggest hater. I like giving people compliments, like girlhood, but then like I can't take the compliment because I don't believe it, because I look in the mirror and I'm like, whack bitch. Like, I'm literally gonna be dealing with this person for my whole life. I've been with her since the day I was born till the day that I die. I should be a little nicer to her. Love yourself first. I'm gonna tie us into number 14. I just banged my hand. Number 14. Sometimes to go along with loving yourself, for me, it does have to do a lot with physical. So I've learned I personally have to look good to feel good. And old me, my mom would always be like, when I would come and visit and stuff, oh, like, ¿por qué no te arreglas? Like, oh, like, debes de vestirte bien, like, ¿por qué no te alistas para el trabajo? Blah, 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 blah. And at that time, I really did not care. I really was like, I don't want to hear it, bro, I don't care, yada, 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 because I was not doing good mentally or emotionally. Because of that, I was just tired I was tired of how I looked. I was tired of how I felt. I was tired of everyone having an opinion on me when I didn't give a fuck. I did care. I just didn't want to hear that other people did. Like, I could already tell. I tell myself that. Does it look like it makes a difference? No. I don't want to hear it from you. I kind of started telling myself, not even myself, I had a manager, and I'm very grateful and thankful for her, because in a very nice way, like, my mom might have been right. I should have been getting ready. I should try and look a little nicer, blah 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 blah. Like, she meant well. I just didn't like her tone. She, like, I can't even say it, but like, she slowly helped me be able to establish the look good to feel good thing. Like, she, in a very gentle way, nudged me to, like, care about myself. Like, she was really there for me, and I really appreciate her for that. You love yourself when you feel just positive about yourself. So do things that make you feel positive. I'm not saying that you have to, like, give yourself a makeover like they do in the movies, but I feel like you should just do things that make you feel good, and that means different things to different people. If that's waxing your eyebrows, if that's waxing hair that other people don't wax, if that's dyeing your hair, if that's dyeing your grays, if that's changing the way that you dress, if that's losing weight, whatever it is, like, do it if you know that that's going to make you feel good on the outside, which will eventually make you feel good on the inside. Just don't get cocky about it. Number 15, and I put in my journal, aging gifts us all with a more developed body, mind, and soul. So we're gonna keep developing, like my friend Tolo, as we develop what's important to us, if we want to make the change, if we want to heal, along with our minds, our beliefs, and our soul. So that's what you should give thanks to. You can focus on those, like, oh, I don't want to get old, or like, I don't want to get old, I don't want to gray, I don't want to wrinkle, blah blah blah. It's gonna happen anyways, so why don't you just be happy about it? You should strive for having a better mentality, because stress ages you. And listening to your body, like I mentioned earlier, and caring about yourself, because I was so stressed and I made that my main one focus, instead of like getting ready, caring about what I looked, yada yada yada. And I feel like I look younger at 25 than what I did at 21, 22. And that has a lot to do with like my PCOS, hormones, and stuff like that. But on top of that, all the stress that I would just try and bottle up and ignore. I care about like the forehead stuff, but when I'm like, oh my god, my hands one day are gonna be like wrinkly, I'm gonna have like crow's feet. But then I'm like, okay, well, having wrinkly skin is a privilege, because you still have skin, you've had it for that long. It has the privilege of aging, it has the privilege of getting old. You didn't die young, like, so we just have to learn to embrace that as a society. Number 16, if you're confused or unsure about something, that says enough. Friends, partners, situations. I don't know if I should go to this. I don't really know how I feel about them. It's just, I don't know if I should really continue this, because don't. Of course, you shouldn't jump to conclusions, but, and also, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. There's a difference between anxiety and a gut feeling or intuition, and I can't tell you the difference for that. I can't get into the specifics. I don't know what that is. All I can say is that I personally can get a, lack of better words, a vibe of when I know I shouldn't do something, go somewhere, or like be cool with someone. That's just me. But I feel like you should really truthfully ponder it for a little and think, if you're really unsure about something, then you need to look at the bigger picture. And maybe that picture is no picture at all. Don't do it. And it's hard, it sucks, but like, being unsure about something sometimes says it all. So 17, observe, don't absorb. Sometimes when you're on your pathway of like healing, doing better, learning from right and wrong, you might continue to be in situations. It might take you a while to get out of an environment. You can observe things, don't absorb them. And maybe that's with someone that you're really hoping is trying to do better, someone that you're like really like rooting for. But don't start to absorb their negative traits, the way they go about things, yada yada yada. Like, analyze the situation, know if you should get out of there, but don't take anything from it if you don't think you should. Number 18, never say never. You never know. There's a thing that I always like, it always pops up in my head, and it's always when I'm like being kind of like, why me, or whatever, or like, oh, this didn't go how I planned it. It's a thing that's like, do you want to know how to make God laugh? Just tell him your plans. Just tell him your plans, because they're not gonna go that way. I already told y'all my experience of being like, yeah, I'm gonna be a mom, I'm gonna be a young mom, I'm gonna be married, have 2 kids by like 22. 3 years later, girl, we still here with none of those 3 things. And God's probably tee-hee ha-ha laughing, you know? So never say never, because you don't know what's in store for you. I always said how I was like, no, I never want to live that experience. Did I live that experience? Yes. Like, never say never. Never be like, oh, I'd never, and then throw some shade. I'd never give us, and then you give a side eye. You gonna. That could be you. Never say never. Like, wash your tongue type of thing. Like, number 19, you bottle up, and what you bury will resurface until you acknowledge it, you source it, and you heal from it. And that's not easy. That's not to say like, oh, like, just do it. Like, no. But it's worth looking into. It's worth dissecting little by little, because the more that you bottle up, you might think, oh yeah, like whatever, once in a while, like it resurfaces, but I get over it. You don't get over it. You continue to catch those little bubbles up while it's resurfacing, and you bury those too. And guess what? You have a hard day, and guess what? They're not gonna come up like, no, that shit's gonna explode. And like I said earlier, being in a mindset when you're already down, thinking like that and bottling up is gonna like, and it's gonna take you harder and longer to be able to get back up. It's not as easy to just be like, okay, I'm gonna stop bottling things up. No, there's a reason that we do it. It's the way that we probably grew up. It's the way that we went through things, how we were taught through things. All I can say is that, like, if you're conscious of what it is that you're bottling up and avoiding and not talking about, it's not gonna go away. It's not gonna go away tomorrow. It's not gonna go away next year. It's not gonna go away in 5 years. It's not gonna go away when you have kids. It's not gonna go away when you have grandkids. It's not gonna go away because you accomplished everything you wanted to. You should make your life easier by slowly but surely dissecting things as you can. You know, like if you're not ready to talk about something right now, you're not ready to talk about something right now. But that doesn't mean that you should never, like, trust me that it resurfaces. Is it a surprise? For the people that know me, I have daddy issues, I have mommy issues, I have abandonment issues, I have attachment issues, I have a bit of dismissive issues, and those are things that little by little I feel like I've been aware of throughout my life through different situations, and little by little I've been recovering from them. But when I get hit deep, all of those get triggered, and depending on which one I've avoided the most is the one that's gonna kick in, regardless if I'm wanting it to or not. And that's what happened recently. Like, I thought like, oh, but like I started to like kind of do some work on it, but not really. It's just like the elephant in the room. Like, it's just there and you're deciding not to work on it. Like, I'll either get to it or like, so when that issue is still very much present, guess what's gonna kick you while you're down? Like, you have to heal from things like that. And I'm not gonna say that I've already healed from it, but it made me really aware on other factors as to why I have to be mindful about what I go through and not just bottle things up, and not just, I'm gonna out of sight, out of mind it, like things like that. Number 20, if at the end of the day I have nothing, and I was basically at that point, I had nothing, like I had nothing. I know that I have God, and I know that I have Jesus, and I know that I have my faith. And those times that I've been like broke, that I've struggled, I didn't know where I was gonna go, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know nothing about nothing. I had those 3 things. And I've gone through other stuff that thankfully, because of God, like, I'm straight. Number 21, better days are coming. And I know that sometimes that's like easier to say. The person that would roll my eyes, especially in those past times when I'd be like, get out of my face, like, ni me mires. Because I was really angry and bitter back then, I just was like, I don't want to hear it. Like, that's your experience, not mine. I get it, but it's true. Better days are coming. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're gonna look back one day and even maybe want to cry at the fact that, oh my God, like, I never thought I was gonna overcome that. Like, I never thought I was gonna be able to get over that. I never thought I would be here when I was back there. Better days are coming. And that kind of goes into, depending on what it is that you're waiting for, praying for, asking for, working for. I put down the little quote that I saw on Pinterest that said, you asked for flowers and were shocked when it rained. That's how growth comes about. Ooh, okay, let's peel. Mi se secó. Whatever. I mean, I guess that's good because it means my face isn't that gunky, right? Too much. 22. Establish boundaries or be selfish, however you want to rephrase that. Don't be selfish in a negative way, but learn to put yourself first sometimes in a gentle way, because y'all gonna take it and run. A little intermission. Shout out to my friend Alexis. He got me this, or I think he either brought it or he got it from his sister from Japan. I want to say Tokyo specifically. Okay. this a little cold. Okay. Good. Like, literally. Okay, stay afloat. Don't try and drown me. I'm not gonna try and drown you, but I'm not gonna drown. If taking care of yourself means letting someone down, then let someone down. As long as you're communicating it, you know? As long as you can communicate, I don't think there's a reason why someone should be getting mad at you, or there should be any like altercation. You know what? Maybe I'll come back. Okay, I'm gonna come back to say the rest once I've sat in this for a little bit. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I took off my little mask. We left off on 23. I have realized, because I've been journaling for like at least since like 2016, I was like in a really bad space mentally, emotionally, etc. a couple years ago. So everything that I would write would be, yes, ranting and letting it out, but it was a lot of like grief, anger, sadness, resentment. And every time I would be like, oh, I want to journal more, oh, I want to write more, oh, I want to do this, I would look at my journals, even like the ones that I would use for like art and stuff, and I would just be like, no, I don't want to do that, because I knew how draining it was to like even get into that. I've learned that you should, if you're struggling with that, dedicate a journal, a planner, a little black book, whatever you want to call it, to different things. So my daughter, maybe you don't feel like writing, that's totally okay. Then just have one that you just specifically do for like being creative, like me picking and choosing which one I'm gonna show you. This is just to draw. Journaling, this I have not finished it because that's how much I would put off journaling. I've had this one's just another journal, since December 2019. On theme, Hello Kitty. Shout out to Alexis. Those 2 stickers are from him. Shout out to Jasmine because she gave me her sticker. This notebook is from Ross, and I've used this one so far. I'm kind of giving you guys like a little flip through. This one is for like specifics, like videos, TikToks, and my small business content, I guess, like different types. It just makes me happy. This one, and it matches my nails right now. I have been using it to slowly journal what I want to write in regards to my journey with like reading the Bible. So yeah, this little planner, 2024. But I basically have been using these little planners for maybe like 3 years now, and I get these at TJ Maxx because they're cute and they're small, not bulky. Just like the journals, eventually I would not feel motivated other than just marking off the days at looking at my planner, because I would get so overwhelmed with like, oh my god, my registration's due, oh my god, I have to do the smog, oh my god, I have to pay the bills, oh my god, like, of course the bills are there. It would help me to plan ahead, but every time I wanted to get excited for something, I would just be like, bill. It would just be like, oh, like, let me mark off the day. Yeah. Hello. Also got me this. And I really appreciate it. I can literally just focus on like fun things, content creating, vacations, whatever else, and I can leave this smaller one for that as well, but like more bills. So bills and other stuff. And they're so cute. Look at the boys. One thing I've learned, that just like you're gonna spend money on looking good to feel good, focus that not only on the physical, but literally your mental. Like, express yourself. You can do it. It's good for you. All of these literally have different uses. I would recommend. And you have an excuse to buy stationery. exciting. 24 kind of ties into what I said about being creative. Like, there's a lot of the stuff, maybe I'll put on here, but like quotes that just make me feel better, like the one that I mentioned earlier. You need to feel at peace more than you need to feel in control. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Reminder. Healthy love exists. Remember that. This is, well, clearly not the last thing I learned, but the last thing on my list. It sounds weird. The 25th thing. You have a dream for a reason, so stay consistent. Whatever that might be, I just gotta work for it. If that's being a mom, if that's being healthier, if that's being stress-free, if that's loving myself, if that's working on my anger, if that's working on past triggers, if that's healing myself, if that's being nicer, if that's cussing less, whatever my dream is, even if it's all that wrapped up together in regards of me being the perfect version of myself, I need to stay consistent and it's gonna pay off. I literally almost was like, I'm not gonna film this today, like I'll just film it like So I'm glad that I didn't do that. I'm glad that I didn't go like, no, we gotta be firm with ourselves. Finding my double chin behind my screen. Of the 25 things that I mentioned, and of course there's other things, but these are the ones that came to mind and resonated with my current present self the most. 2. And the first one is gonna be number 8, which is cool that it landed that way because 8 is the month that we are in, aka August, aka my birthday month. Quote that was, make sure that the walls you build to protect yourself do not become a prison. I feel like even though I wasn't indulging in that mindset too much recently or in the past year or year and a half, I feel like that's the one that hit me the most. Like, it made me be aware of the most, because that's definitely something that I did. I'm not in a prison and I can protect myself in a different way. I said 2, but maybe I have a top 3. These 2 go together. Of the God's no is not a rejection, it's a redirection or a not yet. And that kind of ties into what I was talking about in regards to sometimes it's not your season, sometimes like you're on a different timeline from people, you can't compare that. Like, everyone's life is different, everyone has different experiences, and I can't just compare mine to theirs, because comparison is like the thief of joy. Like, why am I gonna do that for? Fun making this video. I've always wanted to make a video like this. I think getting into the mindset that it's my birthday again, I was a little bummed out, and I'm kind of like excited for whatever. I don't know what to say. I don't know, like, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was entertaining, and hopefully more to come. I don't know, I think I'm just rambling because it's time to go to sleep. But happy birthday, Bolly. Happy birthday to anyone else in August. Happy birthday to anyone between now and whenever I post this, whenever you're watching this. And even if your birthday passed already, happy birthday. If it's coming up, happy birthday. And to many more birthdays, to many more lessons, and to evolving as humans, together and individually. So thank you. Bye.